Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another fabulous speed build. Today I am finally finishing this modern farmhouse build, and for those of you who have been in my lives, been on my Twitch, or just come across my TikTok page, then you know I have actively been building this farmhouse for months. I spent so many hours on like the initial layout and like a couple details that you're gonna see as the build comes together. And then I lost the house. And when I say I lost it, I mean when I make content, I have a couple different save files that I strictly build in. Pretty much 3 main files. And I literally could not find where I had built the house. And it wasn't in my library, so I couldn't just put it down and keep working on it because I'm an idiot sandwich. But I finally found it, and I was like, you know what? In the name of Simsmas, we will be posting this video. And I'm really happy with how it came out, except I finally find the build, and I go to start the upstairs, which is the only portion of the house I have not finished, other than the backyard. And I forgot to press record, so there's like half the footage from upstairs. I do apologize for that, but I promise I will go over all the beautiful little details at the end when we go through our live tour. Funny enough, I actually built this particular home based on a suggestion from someone in chat who was like, build a modern farmhouse. I was like, any pack limitations, any budget? They're like, nope. I said, okay, don't flirt with me. So I went a tad crazy and pretty much put almost every pack I do own in this build. So lucky for you, there's no Journey to Batu. That's pretty much the only pack I can guarantee isn't in here. I don't think the Home Chef Hustle, you know what, actually I'm not even gonna say that because that might not be true. I used a lot of packs, but I really like the way this home came together, and I do consider this house to be extremely playable if you have a lot of DLC. I know a majority of people do not have the $1,500+ of DLC, and I'm just talking like build DLC, expansion packs, not even just the cast kits. Like, there's a lot of DLC. But I mean, it's playable in the sense that it has a really good layout. It ends up being a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home with 3 bedrooms upstairs with 1 bathroom upstairs as the primary, a hall bathroom downstairs, and then another additional, I guess you could call it a primary bedroom because it has a private bathroom attached to it. But I definitely decorated it in the sense that like maybe there's an older sibling who is home from college or like lives at home while they go to school. Maybe there's a grandma. I can't tell you what I was thinking when I built this because I, again, started this footage in, I don't know, July? Christmas in July, sort of. I don't know. We celebrated Christmas in July on my stream if you were there, so shout out to you. But I really enjoyed the way it came out. I enjoy this style of home a lot. I used to enjoy it a lot more. And then Chip and Joanna Gaines on HGTV with Fixer Upper, if you know, you know, went crazy. And I have to say, middle-aged women everywhere were getting got by the cult, including my own mother. If I see shiplap, I'm immediately side-eyeing. It's not that I think it looks bad. That's not even the truth. It's just like I was so sick of seeing it everywhere. And me and my mom had this conversation, right? We had this whole conversation. I come home, we had to redo our kitchen after one of the hurricanes, and there's shiplap, literally from floor to ceiling. I said, Mom, it got you. You got. It was that day that I actually decided that modern farm homes are not my favorite. However, I think I've kind of taken a step back and I've started to really enjoy them. Again, I really like the way this came out. This home even has a sunroom. I really utilized a lot of the Greenhouse Haven kit and some of the Bloomin' Rooms kit. Not so much that one. I actually really enjoy that kit. I like all the plants and I like that aspect of kit. So like, here's $5 and you're just gonna get an abundance of like one thing. If they could make like a comfy sofa kit, I would be all over that. A kitchen counter kit, okay, I guess they have that, but it's like the country kitchen kit, okay. But like, if they were just like, here's sofas, here's beds, I'm like, do not flirt with me, please. So that is what I would really, really enjoy. But with the Bloomin' Room kits, I don't typically use it because I don't know if it's super popular of a kit, so please tell me. I know I enjoy it. That doesn't mean everyone does, I recognize that. But in my head, why would I use a plant from just a kit, like one plant in a single build, and then now it's like marked on the galleries using that many kits, and maybe would deter someone from wanting to play in it, or it would like ruin something, and I just don't think it's worth it. I actually left the landscaping in on this video. I'm shocked. Like, that was genuine shocked as I watched my footage go on. I never leave the landscaping in unless it's really simple because I'm not very good at it. This is my favorite style of landscaping. I have like 3 styles of landscaping. This is my favorite. This is utilizing all of the debug landscaping from Cottage Living. No one can ever sleep on Cottage Living debug. It is the best debug in the game. These plants are so beautiful. I'm surprised they didn't end up being actual build assets. I would be curious to know why that was like kind of the choice that was made. Not that I'm complaining about having the debug plants, but they're so beautiful, and I actually don't think we get too many plant assets in Cottage Living. I think we have a few of those like topiary animal hedge thingies. I don't know why I did that. No one talked about that. And as far as I know, that's pretty much it. I'm really just enjoying my time getting to yap with you all. I know I do that pretty much every time I get on the internet. However, today I'm actively avoiding certain things. I am a very special kind of procrastinator because I am so highly productive. I truly mean that. I have horrific insomnia. I can complete so many tasks in a given 24 hours. It would blow your mind. However, I do this fun thing where there's like something I don't want to do. I will put it off by doing other things that the majority of the general population would go, that's productive. So like when I was in college and I didn't want to study, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to study right after I deep clean my kitchen. So right now I'm like, ooh, let's play some Sims because I have to get my videos up and ready. Simsmas, content creation. Knowing damn well I have to go to the post office, the bank, and the grocery store. Being a grown-up is not fun. Okay, I totally lied because the other day I was so craving a sweet treat and I just got in my car at like 11:30 at night and I went and I got a milkshake, and that's awesome. That is awesome. However, as I think about the prospect of having to drive in traffic to go to the post office to do some work stuff, not for me at all. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but honestly, if I was going to choose one way to be a procrastinator, I guess that's like the best way. Because anytime there's a task I really don't want to complete, my laundry is always folded and pristine and I love it. We are jumping on into the kitchen, and it appears that at some point I lost some footage, so I don't really know what happened with that. But I would like to say that this kitchen might just be my dream, my pride and joy. I made it in like a little eat-in nook, and I was popping it. Okay, I was like one of those builders with a tool mod, except I don't know how to use a tool mod, and I'm scared of them. However, it did come out really stinking good. There's a lot of clutter. I did the classic double ovens to, show status in The Sims 4, if you will. And I will say, if I had a kitchen this big, I would simply never leave. I would be in there all the time. I believe I would start making sourdough and several kinds of pies, all the muffins, and I would just love it. And as I'm saying this, I realize that I actually have a really special video planned in which we are going to be baking a classic Sims 4 dish. And I also have to go to the grocery store for that reason, so there's that. Remember when I said I didn't use the Home Chef Hustle kit? Or Home Chef Hustle stuff bag? I clearly did. That's my bad. But I really like the formal layout of this. It feels like really retro and colorful. That's kind of what I was going for. There's that fruit bowl on the table of the like little island eat-in kitchen part nook. I want to point out, to my knowledge, that is not functional even a little bit, but it does look dope. I really was inspired by the fruit bowl, and I wanted it to be just super colorful, because I just like the idea of not being so samey same. Sometimes I have the tendency when building to do like neutrals, browns, like wood tones and all that, and then put in like one green item, and then I just take it and run with it. And now I'm like, why am I doing a solid color build challenge, but like kind of badly? Where's the color? And I tried to have that transpired by using these chairs from the high school years stuff pack, or the high school years expansion pack, that are my favorite in the game. And I believe on the gallery this house is even called like the Sunflower Modern Farmhouse or something, because this room right here. But overall, I really enjoyed the layout of this house and all the bright colors. You come into a very formal entryway, which are my thing now. I love a formal entryway. It makes a home feel so lived in, so good, eat it up kind of thing. And then I like that the dining area is kind of the center hub of the home, and you just know they probably don't eat in there that much. Like IRL, they would not be eaten in there that much. However, I like that they have it if they want it, and then maybe on the holidays they do the kids in like the kitchen nook area, and then they have the grown-ups table in the formal living room. And I just know as a 7-year-old little girl, I would have been pissed to be at the kids table. And I think that probably stems from the dynamics of my family in terms of like age. So I have an older sister, and her and my only like cousin that we actually like talk to, because my stepfather has like a bunch of family, and that's a story for another video. But if they're out there and they're watching this, you know what you did. You know what you did. You know who you are. But my older sister and my cousin, they are like 11 months apart, so they grew up together. They're very good friends. They have a lot in common. And I was significantly younger than them. I believe I'm 5 years younger than my sister and 6 years younger than my cousin. And for a long time, my younger brother, just wasn't like even an idea, because I am about 10 years older than my younger brother. So anyway, my cousin and my sister, growing up when they were, 13, 14, were just a bunch of bitches. And we've talked about it, we laugh about it now, although it was relatively traumatizing for me. They were not nice girls to me, and they did not want me to hang out with them. And, like every mildly irritating, super cool little sister and baby cousin, I wanted to hang out with them for any means possible. I just wanted to be with them, do whatever they were doing, live, laugh, love. Why do you think I have such a deep obsession with the Twilight franchise? If you've ever done the math on my age, then you would know that it doesn't really make a lot of sense, except for the fact that I have an older sibling. So I remember watching Twilight when it came out. I remember crying because my sister got to go to a midnight showing of Breaking Dawn Part 1, and I wasn't allowed to go. And I'm clearly still not over this, so I know exactly what I will be touching on in therapy. However, I was not very well liked by them, and they could be a little harsh and mean sometimes. And I would have felt left out. I would not want to sit at the kids' table with them. I would have rather sat under the table with the puppy dogs and like poked my mom, because I had severe separation anxiety for some reason. I like dropping like little tidbits about myself. Like I've never done a formal like, hey, this is me, here's 10 fun facts. But I do like to just yap in these speed builds and tell you guys random facts about my life or experience growing up. And then every once in a while, someone will comment and be like, love this girl. Definitely ADHD though. I'm like, God, they clocked me. They got me. We are moving through the kitchen or through the living room, and I actually cluttered up the house like as much as possible. I was doing a lot of custom placing, a lot of custom like built-ins, if you will. Again, I was trying to like bring out my inner tool mod girl, even though I am afraid of the tool mod and I will probably never really use that. And thank goodness I actually left out a lot of the footage of me trying to build that built-in kitchenette thing, because I fiddled with it for a long time and I had a nice amount of footage. I cut a lot of this down as much as I could, because I do think to a certain point you guys don't want to see an hour and a half speed build. I have one speed build on my channel that is literally like 58 something minutes from like intro to like the tour at the end. I think it's quite a long video, and I remember exactly what I was talking about in it. I was talking about how I was trying to find a job post-grad and literally doing my very best not to cry. I had to pause the video, like my speed build, a couple times because I was like, I'm gonna cry on the internet about not being able to get a job. And yeah, and like I will say, I don't think it did that well. I really don't. And I had like 12 hours of footage, maybe more, because I built a ginormous mansion and I was cluttering. That's how I feel when I clutter things up. I just feel like I'm throwing dollar bills, but like it's Sims 4 clutter. And I don't know if that really makes sense, and it really would validate me and make me feel better if one of you were like, nope, I feel the same way. So feel free to let me know. We are finally breaking into our bedroom area. So this is the only bedroom downstairs, and you could definitely use it as the primary bedroom if you want. Typically in my Sims builds, you can tell which bedroom is supposed to be the primary bedroom based on which one has an ensuite, with a few exceptions to that rule. Like if there's 2 rooms with a Jack and Jill bathroom, typically those are kids' rooms. Or if I build a ginormous mansion and almost every bedroom has a bathroom, which very rarely happens. I do have a couple mansion builds planned, but I cannot speak of them yet because they are new year, new build type things. I have been having so much fun making content for you guys and building things, so I have some really fun stuff planned. A few giveaways and whatnot coming up for the new year, so make sure you stick around if you'd like. But I also have been really itching for some suggestions. I really would love to be someone who makes builds that are very playable for the people who like watch me and things like that, because I know not everyone has all the packs. Some people like really realistic gameplay, some people, you know, have a very specific style in mind. Please don't ask me to build anything modern. I would do it, but it might not look that good. I just want to warn you. So if there's anything you need or want built, please be specific. Give me storylines. Give me budgets. Give me the tea, okay? I'd be happy to. I built a starter home for a girl on my stream one time, and she was like, yeah, so like it's going to be for this 2 ladies. They're going to be like friends, and they're going to be more than friends. She gave me the whole rundown. I was like, I will do this. She's like, you don't have to. I was like, no. You just spent the time writing a novel for me, a novel that I would read, I'd be obsessed with. I'll build you the house. I'm locked in. But we are finishing up our last kid's bedroom. Again, I forgot to hit record, so unfortunately we missed half the teen's bedroom and half of the primary bedroom, but don't worry, we're going to go through, especially that teen room I finished building. It might just be like one of my favorite kind of teen rooms I've built in a long time. I just like the color scheme and all the clutter. And then I did a kid's room. It's kind of backwards that the teenager doesn't have a balcony, but the kid's room doesn't have a single window in it, so choices had to be made, things had to be done, and then I just had to go through and finish a last few minute details, so that meant furnishing the backyard, furnishing our greenhouse, and then I think I went through and added like some outdoor lights, you know, the important stuff, if you will. And that is pretty much it for this build. For how big as this house is, I think it filled up the lot really nicely, and there's not that many skill building items on it. I think like obviously the computer, a grill, a kitchen, like every other Sims house, but I think other than that there's only like a flower arranging table, which is like honestly kind of crazy, especially for me. Normally I'm like, let's literally put every skill building item possible in here. But as you can see, we are finishing up, as I said. We've been bouncing around a lot, and I know I am missing a couple bits of my footage, but do not fret. We are going to be jumping in game for a live tour right now. Okay, team, we have made it in for our final build, and I must say, she is a gorgeous girl. I'm glad I did not give up on finding her. I did actually find this house by accident. As I mentioned, I lost it, but for a long time I had thought about throwing out the footage I had from like 4 or 5 months ago, and I was like, no, I'm not, I'll find it eventually, and I ended up keeping it, and I'm so glad that I did. And maybe that's what happened to the kitchen footage. I accidentally tossed it out, which is quite possible, but I did a little 360. Of course, we have our beautiful landscaping. I kind of made like faux planter boxes using half walls and platforms, and I really like the way they came out. It kind of adds a little bit of a manicured vibe to an otherwise kind of sporadic, messy landscaping style, and I just like all the colors. As I mentioned before, this is what I was really going for. But you come up, you have a car, because a fake car makes every Sims build automatically better. And then of course you have this nice front porch. Then we head into our entryway, and I really like it. It's very intimate and small, but very cluttered. Like I said, that's what I was really going for. Lots of clutter, lots of photos, very lived in. I made this like faux bench thing with ottomans from Dream Home Decorator, and then these little seat thingies are from high school years, and then of course just shoe clutter from Dream Home Decorator as well. You come in and you have this beautiful hall bath. All the bathrooms look the same. I used the Growing Together bathroom set with the basic king toilet and this one mirror from Love Struck, which is like just beautiful, and I'm obsessed and I'm amazed and wow. And then you flow into our beautiful, gorgeous, formal dining area with these really fun pocket doors. I would love some of these in real life. Like, they are my dream. I finally, as an adult, realized while you're watching like HGTV renovation shows that people are like, okay, so the doors you want, they're $5,000 over budget, and then it's like all intense, and they zoom in on like the couple, and they're like, oh, what should we do, what should we do? And then like ultimately we decided to do it. You know what, I get it now. I do get it. But then you flow into our kitchen. I'm gonna show you guys, like, oops, this. We have, I even did the ceiling with some tile. Not to brag, but I think I was popping it when I was doing this build. Everyone agree with that? No one disagree, at least, because I'll feel bad. But you have this fun little eat-in nook, as I mentioned, again with the same little blockade thingies from the front and the ottomans from Dream Home Decorator. Then I used these like wall slat decor things from, I believe, eco lifestyle, and just some pillows so it felt lived in. Matched with this table from Dream Home Decorator. A lot of the wood swatches really matched beautifully in this home. They're not all exactly the same, but I feel like it's close enough that you're not like, ooh. But then of course we have the rest of our kitchen. I absolutely adore the appliances from Growing Together. They are beautiful. I love the gold accents. I'm a gold girly. That's just who I am. So you see that through and through with this house. And I didn't do any upper cabinets, but I honestly imagine that in a home this big, you really wouldn't need upper cabinets. Like, there is cabinetry everywhere. And so moving on over here, we have our living room, which is huge. I did struggle with this room a tad bit, and I almost cut it to make like an office, but then I felt like the living room was too small. But I think I tried my best. Now this room, honestly, in my opinion, looks like a children's Easter basket exploded. It is so colorful, but I think that's what I really like about it. It also feels cozy. Like, I could come in here and just chillax and feel like a warm hug, and I really, really like that. I also was happy that I kind of strayed away from some of the beiges, because at first I was like, oh shit, this house is gonna be beige. Not ugh, but like, this is definitely a house I would want to live in more than like the aesthetic white Sherpa sofas and like white rugs and the acrylic coffee table. Why does every girl on TikTok have an acrylic coffee table? That is so impractical. I'm just saying, like, that is really impractical. But I really like it. You can have a gazillion Sims in here if you want. It's very cluttered. It's very gorgeous. And I put in this fun, colorful piano from Growing Together. I never get to use a lot of the swatches on here, but it has some really good ones. I really like that kind of painted style, but then of course they were smart and they gave us some nice solid ones as well, which I love. Ooh, the fish tank one is fun as well. Then over here we have our greenhouse area. It's kind of like a porch. I did almost make it like a Florida room or sunroom, if you're more familiar with those, but ultimately we needed some skill building space. We really did. Coming on in here, we have like just like a little hallway into this first bedroom. When I did this, I think I was definitely imagining it for an older child or maybe like a college age child to come home to, but I just like all the pretty pastels, and I like that I added some brick all over the place because it definitely helped break up some of the like mundaneness where there was lacking either clutter or color, without, you know, adding too much in the sense that it was overwhelming. And then they also have a little primary bathroom. And then we'll go upstairs to our beautiful entryway. There's not a lot going on in our hallway. Our hallway is small, which is something I was really aiming to do. I wanted this house to be all livable space, not a bunch of wasted space. So I made a very teeny tiny hallway. Over here we have our primary bedroom, which unfortunately I forgot to record. Idiot sandwich, but it's orange and blue. Go Gators. My friend Lexi is graduating college as we speak from the University of Florida. I'm very proud of her. Shout out to her one time. Everyone congratulate Lexi because she is really super smart and she is an engineer and I'm obsessed with her. But yeah, that's not really why I did this. I just like this bed swatch, but it just happened to kind of line up, so good for her. And they of course have an additional bathroom up here. Then moving in here, I am obsessed with this room, okay? No one tell me it looks bad because I hate to tell you this, you're wrong. In my opinion, you're wrong and you're not going to convince me you're right. I love the green. I love using these little, like, I guess they're all qualified as bookshelves from the brand new Cozy Kitsch kit, and I use them in this like kind of white creamy color. I don't know if you can tell on camera because there's so much green going on. And then this bed from Lovestruck, and I almost made it pink. I just love this bed. This bed is really, really gorgeous. Oh, this is also pretty. I just obsessed with it, and I kind of made like a built-in bed moment, and oh, I am obsessed. I have a little computer desk over here with the desk from Life and Death and just like a kid's room thing, like chair. But I really, really love the way this came out. This bed is just a masterpiece with the window in front of it. I would wake up there and lay there and think, wow, I love my life. And I would just enjoy it. I'm so excited. And then over here we have our kiddos' bedroom. We actually did get to see all the footage of this, but it's not too much going on. It is a small room, but they have a really nice balcony, and you could definitely add more skill building items out here if you didn't want to use the telescope. But kids can use the telescope. I believe it builds their mental skill and their logic skill, if I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure. And then of course, let's go into the backyard. We have a little grill area, and my grill is definitely clipping with like life, and a couple potted or planter pots. a nice little entertainment area, somewhere to eat, somewhere to cook. And I like the idea that in real life, with the pocket doors open, you could have a whole like beautiful backyard party. You just know these people, they are hosting like all the after sports parties. They do a 4th of July bash. They have cocktail hours. Like, they just be partying at this house, and I love that for them. I do. And then, of course, just like a little swing set from the Cozy Campers kit. And that is the end of our house tour. I'm going to go ahead and turn my grid on, show my floor plan girlies out there the floor plan. So we have this upstairs like this, and then downstairs we have it like this. It's a pretty significant house though. It's definitely not small, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. And you could turn this into an office if you wanted, or you could take off all the greenhouse stuff and just make it solid, add a window, and bam, you have a 5th bedroom, which I think is nice, you know, nice that it's flexible. But overall, I'm really excited about how this build came out. I'm happy I found the footage. I hope you all enjoy it. If you download it, please let me know. I love a little comment on the gallery that's like, came from your YouTube video. I'm like, oh my god, no pictures, please. But definitely give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. You know, we have a lot going on as we head through these next few months, and I would love if you wanted to stick around with me. Don't forget to drink your water, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.